Ladies, have you ever caught yourself wondering the moment he pulls away after an intimate night, what's really going on in his mind? There's a subtle shift in a man after intimacy, a mix of vulnerability, desire, and a little bit of mystery that he doesn't always put into words. You see, what most women miss is that intimacy doesn't just leave him physically satisfied, it leaves him emotional, tuned in. His mind replaying every touch, every whisper, every fleeting glance that made him feel alive. And here's the secret: if you know the signs, you can actually read his emotions like an open book. Imagine being able to sense the exact moment he wants closeness, the second he craves your attention, or when he's silently longing for you again without him saying a word. That's the power of understanding post-intimacy behavior. It's magnetic, it's sexy, and it's subtle. Because after a night together, a man's energy changes, his confidence softens in the most intriguing way. His focus sharpens, and there's this quiet, almost hypnotic pull towards you. You notice it in the way he laughs a little differently, how his eyes linger longer, or how his touch becomes just a bit more intentional. It's as if his body and mind are sending signals you can feel if you're paying attention. And here's the thing: when you learn to notice these signs, you don't just understand him, you gain a kind of connection that's irresistible. He feels seen, wanted, and most importantly, understood. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 unmistakable signs a man shows right after intimacy. Signs every woman should know if she wants to understand his deepest desires, his unspoken thoughts, and how to make him crave being close to you over and over again. Stick with me, because the moment you see these signs, you'll never look at him or your relationship the same way again. Ladies, have you ever noticed how, right after intimacy, a man's energy shifts in a way that makes him almost magnetic? Suddenly, he's not just physically there, he's present in a way that makes you feel like you're the only person in the world. That's no coincidence. After a moment of closeness, a man becomes deeply attuned to your needs, your emotions, even the tiniest subtle gestures you make. It's as if his mind and body are tuned into a frequency that only you can reach. He listens differently, laughs differently, and yes, even looks at you differently. The subtle intensity in his gaze, that's him silently telling you you're unforgettable. It's in the small things too. Maybe he notices the way your hair falls across your shoulder, or the way your voice softens when you talk about something you love. Maybe he reaches for your hand without thinking, or lingers just a second longer when he hugs you. These little moments are his way of reconnecting, of keeping the intimacy alive even after the physical act is over. And here's the thing, most women miss this. They think once the moment ends, so does the connection. But the truth is, his mind is replaying every sensation, every laugh, every whisper, and it's making him crave more of you, your energy, your attention, your presence. And it's not just sweetness, there's a sexy edge to this attentiveness. He's more conscious of his touch, more careful in his words, more deliberate in the way he engages with you. That intensity, it's electric. You feel it in the way he leans in when you talk, the way he mirrors your movements, the subtle ways he keeps drawing you closer. It's his silent language of desire, language that tells you he's thinking about the moments you shared, replaying them in his mind, and wanting to create more. But here's the beauty of this sign. It's not just about showing affection, it's about feeling a deep emotional pull toward you. He's no longer just acting interested, he's genuinely invested in the connection, and his attentiveness is a reflection of that. You might notice him checking in with you more, asking questions not out of obligation, but because he really wants to know you, because your emotions matter to him. That level of focus is rare, and it's powerful. So if you see him suddenly more present, more attentive, more in tune with the smallest details about you after being intimate, don't brush it off. This is a man who's connecting with you on a level beyond physical desire. He's emotionally engaged, mentally tuned to you, And yes, still undeniably drawn to you in ways that are hard to resist. Recognize it, appreciate it, and allow yourself to lean into that energy. Because when a man becomes this attentive after intimacy, it's his way of saying, without words, I'm all in. I want more of this, more of you. And trust me, once you understand this sign, you'll start noticing it in ways that will make every touch, every glance, every moment feel charged, intimate, and electrifying. Ladies, here's a truth most women overlook. A man's touch after intimacy isn't just casual, it's deliberate. Suddenly, every brush of his hand, every lingering hold, every subtle graze carries weight. He's not just touching you, he's communicating desire, connection, and a craving for more of you. That post-intimacy energy transforms the simplest gestures into something electric. Something that makes your heart skip a beat without a single word being spoken. Notice how he might let his hand rest on your back a second longer, or brush a strand of hair behind your ear with a gentle care that feels intentional, almost protective. This is not an accident. After being close to you, he's hyper aware of how his touch lands on your body, on your skin, on your energy. Every movement becomes a way to silently say, I want to feel you again. I want to hold on to this moment, and I want to hold on to you. And you feel it. Every lingering touch sends a subtle electric current through the air between you, making the world shrink until there's nothing but the two of you in that charged space. And here's the key. It's not just about being physically close. It's about intention. After intimacy, a man's body remembers the rhythm of closeness, and his mind remembers what made him feel alive in your presence. That's why his touches become slower, softer, and more sensual in ways that are hard to ignore. He'll trace your arms, your neck, your hands in ways that feel magnetic, almost hypnotic, and it's designed to keep the emotional and physical connection alive long after the act itself. This lingering touch also signals vulnerability, a rare glimpse into his emotions. When a man wants to stay connected, when he wants to show you he's invested, he communicates it with his hands before he even opens his mouth. That gentle, lingering pressure isn't just sensual, it's an invitation. An invitation to be close again, to share in the intimacy, and to feel the pull between you grow even stronger. You can sense it in the small pauses when his hand doesn't leave yours, in the way his fingers intertwine with yours naturally, almost possessively, without being overbearing. And here's the secret women rarely see. This type of touch isn't about showing off or impressing you. It's about him expressing desire, connection, and respect all at once. He's telling you silently, I'm drawn to you, I'm captivated by you, and I want to be near you, not just tonight, but over and over again. Every soft graze, every careful caress, every intentional linger is his way of keeping the intimacy alive in the most subtle, seductive, and irresistible way. So, if you notice him holding your hand a second longer than necessary, brushing your skin as if memorizing every detail, or leaning just a little closer when he could easily pull away, pay attention. These are the unmistakable signs that his desire isn't fleeting, it's focused, intense, and deeply connected to you. Recognize this, and you'll not only feel his attraction more vividly, but you'll also understand his heart and mind in ways most women never do. Once you notice the intentionality behind his touch, every interaction becomes a game of magnetic pull, a dance of desire and emotional connection, making every second together feel charged, intimate, and utterly irresistible. Ladies, here's a subtle truth that often goes unnoticed. A man's eyes speak volumes after intimacy. You see, right after being close to you, there's a shift in the way he looks at you, a depth, a softness, and an intensity that is almost impossible to ignore. It's as if his eyes are telling a story that his lips haven't yet dared to speak, revealing a side of him that is raw, unguarded, and undeniably drawn to you. And if you've ever felt that magnetic pull when he locks eyes with you, it's not imagination, it's him silently expressing every thought, every craving, every fleeting memory of your time together. After intimacy, his gaze is different. He isn't just looking at you, he's absorbing you. Every smile, every movement, every subtle curve, it's as though he is memorizing you in ways that feel both thrilling and vulnerable. There's a kind of honesty in his stare that's rare in day-to-day life. For a man who's just experienced closeness, his eyes often become a window to his emotions. You can sense it in the way they soften when he catches your gaze, the way they linger just a moment longer than expected, and the tiny flicker of warmth that dances across them. It's not just attraction, it's fascination, curiosity, and a deep desire all rolled into one. And here's where it gets truly magnetic. That intensity is sexy, but it's also safe. You feel it not because he's trying to overwhelm you, but because his focus is entirely on you. You might notice him noticing the smallest things, how your eyes sparkle when you laugh, the way your lips move when you speak, the way your energy shifts when he's near. That gaze is more than physical desire, it's emotional engagement. It tells you he's thinking about the moments you shared, replaying them, and yes, secretly wishing for more closeness, more connection, and more intimacy. What makes this sign so compelling is its vulnerability. A man's eyes, after intimacy, are rarely guarded. You can catch glimpses of his thoughts, of his longing, and of the satisfaction he feels just being near you. And it's intoxicating. It creates a silent communication, a wordless dialogue that only you can understand. You feel seen, desired, and almost hypnotically connected in a way that feels electric yet tender all at once. And here's the secret: when he looks at you like this, it's not fleeting. That gaze lingers because he's processing, savoring, and committing the moment to memory. He's not distracted by the world, by phones, by obligations. He's fully present, fully captivated, and fully drawn to you. Every blink, every pause, every subtle shift of focus is a silent message saying, I want this, I want you, and I want it again. So if you catch his eyes holding yours longer than normal, if you feel that undeniable magnetic pull in his stare, pay attention. This is one of the clearest, most sensual signs that a man has just experienced intimacy and is still emotionally and physically engaged with you. Recognize it, respond to it, and allow yourself to feel the electricity of that connection, because a gaze like this isn't just fleeting desire, it's an unspoken promise of attention, focus, and craving for more of you. Ladies, here's something most women completely miss. After intimacy, a man's desire isn't only physical, it deepens emotionally. There's a subtle shift, a magnetic pull that drives him to want to connect with you on a level beyond touch, beyond kisses, beyond passion. Suddenly, he wants to hear your thoughts, your dreams, even your silly little stories he might have ignored before. That post-intimacy energy awakens in him a need to bond, to feel emotionally tethered to you, and to make you feel seen and cherished in ways that are almost irresistible. Notice how he leans in when you speak, not just listening, but actually absorbing your words. He asks questions with a sincerity that's rare, not because he has to, but because he genuinely wants to understand you. That's not coincidence. That's a man whose body and mind are still lingering in the closeness you shared. He's processing the intimacy, and now he wants to anchor it with emotional connection. It's a quiet, almost magnetic pull, and you can feel it in every pause, every glance, every gentle gesture that says, without words, I care about more than just tonight. And here's the sexy truth. Emotional closeness is irresistible. When a man seeks it after intimacy, it's not only a reflection of his desire, but also a testament to his respect for you. He craves connection, and that craving manifests in ways you can feel. He might hold your hand, stroke your back, or sit just a little closer than usual. But it's not just about physical proximity. It's about creating an intimate space where you feel completely understood, completely adored, and completely safe. This emotional pull is a quiet seduction, a subtle energy that makes you feel wanted in ways that go far beyond the bedroom. This is the moment when vulnerability becomes sexy. When he shares small thoughts, dreams, or reflections, he's opening a door to his inner world, inviting you in. And because it's post-intimacy, there's a tenderness to it that feels electric. Every word, every gesture, every careful look becomes a way of reinforcing the connection you just created. It's almost as if he's saying, I want to be close to you in every sense, not just for tonight, but for moments we haven't even imagined yet. That's powerful. That's magnetic. And it's exactly what keeps a woman intrigued, invested, and wanting more. So if you notice him seeking your opinion, asking more thoughtful questions, or simply lingering in conversation longer than usual after intimacy, pay attention. These are not random actions, they are his way of extending the closeness you shared, of weaving emotional intimacy into the physical, and of making the connection between you feel unforgettable. When a man does this, he's showing that his desire isn't fleeting. He's investing, engaging, and letting you know without a single word about passion that you are central to his world. Understanding this sign allows you to feel the pull of his attention and desire in ways most women never notice. It's the secret language of post-intimacy, a magnetic energy that keeps both of you deeply connected emotionally and sensually long after the physical act is over. And once you recognize it, you'll see that emotional closeness can be just as seductive as any touch, any kiss, or any whispered word in the night. Ladies, this is the one sign that many women completely overlook after intimacy. A man doesn't just want closeness, he craves your attention. He wants to feel noticed, appreciated, and desired, not in a needy or desperate way, but in a deeply magnetic, sexy, and utterly irresistible way. That post-intimacy energy makes him sensitive to your reactions, your smiles, your laughter, even the smallest expressions of delight. Every glance you give, every word you speak becomes fuel for him, a subtle reminder that the connection you shared is not just physical, it's electric, emotional, and unforgettable. You might notice him seeking little confirmations, little signs that you enjoyed the time together. Maybe he asks if you slept well, or he checks in to see how you're feeling. Maybe he playfully teases you, or mirrors your gestures, keeping you engaged without a word about desire or passion. These are his ways of staying close, of keeping the energy alive, and of subtly saying, I want more of this, I want more of you. It's magnetic, because it's not overt. He's not demanding your attention, he's inviting it, and the way he does it makes your heart skip a beat without even trying. And here's the beauty. This craving for your affirmation is deeply sexy. When a man seeks your attention after intimacy, he's showing vulnerability without weakness. He's showing that he values your perception of him, that he wants to be present in your world, and that your connection matters more than fleeting desire. You can feel it in the way he leans in when you talk, in the way his eyes light up when you laugh, in the subtle touches that follow every glance or smile. It's an unspoken dialogue, a wordless exchange that deepens intimacy and makes every moment feel charged, alive, and unforgettable. This is also the moment when he becomes attentive to your needs in ways that feel almost instinctual. He notices when you're tired, when you're excited, when you're playful. He wants to respond, to make you feel seen and adored. And he does it without a single word about obligation or effort. That attentiveness is a reflection of desire, of emotional engagement, and of a longing to keep the intimacy alive far beyond the bedroom. Every small gesture, every laugh, every lingering look is his way of reinforcing the connection, reminding you that you are unforgettable in his eyes. So, if you notice him subtly seeking your attention, playing with your reaction, or lingering just a little longer in conversation, pay attention. These are not random actions. They are unmistakable signs that he is still deeply connected to you, still craving your energy, and still emotionally engaged. When you recognize this, you'll understand a truth that few women ever see. Desire doesn't end with physical closeness. It grows, evolves, and becomes irresistible when paired with attention, affirmation, and connection. Once you grasp this, you'll start noticing how every smile, every word, and every playful interaction strengthens the magnetic pull between you. He isn't just seeking closeness, he's seeking you, your attention, your energy, your affirmation. And that craving, it's the most sensual, engaging, and powerful sign that he's not only thinking about you, he's thinking about everything you shared together and can't wait for more. Ladies, now that you've learned the 5 unmistakable signs a man shows after intimacy, it's time to take a moment and really let it sink in. These aren't just random behaviors, they're windows into his mind, his heart, and his desires. From the way he becomes more attentive, to the lingering, intentional touch, the vulnerability in his eyes, his craving for emotional closeness, and the subtle ways he seeks your attention, they all tell you one thing. He's drawn to you deeply in ways that go far beyond the physical. Understanding these signs gives you power, not to manipulate, but to connect, to recognize when a man is truly invested, when he's still thinking about you, and when he's craving your presence, your energy, and your affection. And here's the thing, once you start noticing these signals, you'll see that intimacy isn't just a moment of passion. It's a bridge to emotional connection, closeness, and even stronger desire. It's about tuning into the subtle language he speaks when words aren't enough, and feeling the magnetic pull that keeps him coming back, not just tonight, but again and again. So here's my question for you. Which of these signs have you noticed in the men in your life? Maybe it's the way he leans in when you talk, or the way his gaze lingers, or how attentive he suddenly becomes after being close. I want you to think about it, reflect on it, and share it in the comments below. Let's create a space where we can talk openly about desire, connection, and the little things that make a man crave you. And if you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the more you understand these subtle cues, the more empowered you become in every connection, every conversation, and every moment of intimacy. This is your guide to decoding desire, building magnetic chemistry, and truly understanding the men you're drawn to. Remember, ladies, noticing these signs isn't about controlling him. It's about seeing him clearly, feeling his energy, and deepening the connection in a way that's irresistible, sexy, and unforgettable. So go ahead, pay attention, embrace the knowledge, and watch how the dynamics between you and him shift in ways you've always dreamed of.